and welcome back to Crafters Grove. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a zipper pull tab replacement. Okay, so you can find these online fairly cheap, like a 6-pack or something for $10 on Amazon. But this tutorial is going to walk you through a fun custom alternative that's actually going to be faster than even your one-day shipping. So Steven's zipper broke several weeks ago and he made this to replace it. It was a good, quick, temporary fix. It was just a paper clip and some electrical tape. But as those of you who have used electrical tapes in repairs know, the electrical tape does not last long. So I set out to create a more lasting solution to his broken zipper problem. And now I want to share it with you. So you need some wire for this, something that's going to either blend into the jacket or make a statement. I've chosen black. You need some pliers and some wire cutters. So start by cutting 9 inches of wire to create a 1-inch long pull tab by 1/2 inch wide. So to start, you want to fold over about 1/3 of an inch by rounding that fold. You can do this by using round nose pliers, or you can fold it around a rounded object like the end of a paintbrush. Look in my description below for more ideas on substitutions if you don't have the tools that I'm using. Next, you're going to bend the wire back over itself, creating a total width of 1/2 inch, working the wire in a figure 8 pattern. You might find it helpful to pinch in between the middle of the 2 loops to help keep that figure 8 pattern. Once you have that first figure 8, you're going to continue to bend the wire over itself, continuously forming this figure 8 beside the last figure 8. If you have a dual zipper like you see on Steven's jacket here, and you want the zipper to blend in more, try to make it the same size as the other zipper or the other pull tab. But if you want it to stand out more, vary the size. But 1/2 inch width does seem to be more of a standard, and it's a good size to be able to grab onto, so keep that in mind as well. The level of difficulty of bending this wire is going to depend on how stiff your wire is. The stiffer it is, the more force it's going to take to bend it, and the more likelihood you'll need pliers to do this. I found even using pliers and combination of my fingers, it was still too much and it would distort the previous figure 8s. So I needed something to form a structure inside the loops so that I didn't lose those loops as I bent the additional wire. So 2 rounded toothpicks were perfect to hold the structure of the loops while weaving the rest of the wire around the toothpicks. It actually was a lot easier even just to bend the wire around a set structure. As you continue to work this weaving pattern, you might find that you need to squeeze the figure 8s together, and you can do so using pliers as I'm doing here, or do so with your fingers as you go along. Continue with the weave pattern until you've reached the length that you want. You can determine that by comparing it to an already existing zipper, or continue for the same amount of time that I did, which was 1/2 inch. This created enough of a surface area for the fingers to comfortably sit and pull the tab in order to operate the zipper. Once you've reached the desired length, it's time to cut your end. Don't cut it directly against the project. You want to leave a little bit of length so that you can bend it and fold it back into the weave so that the end doesn't stick out and prick your finger. With your wire weaved into the pattern, it's time to remove it from the toothpick and form the wire that's going to connect it to the rest of the zipper. For the remaining wire, you need to cut a length of 3 inches in order to have an overall length of a 1-inch zipper pull. I did do 2 sets of wires and form them together just to add a little bit more strength, but honestly, in hindsight, for the strength of the wire that I'm using, really one is probably sufficient. So then you want to bend that wire in half, leaving the top in a slightly larger bend because that's going to sit within the zipper part. So you want it large enough so that the zipper pull can move rather freely within the enclosure. Once you're happy with the arc of the bend that you've created in this additional wire, you want to feed it through the middle of the front attachment of the zipper. Next, you're going to insert the 2 ends of that new wire into the 2 loops, respectively, of the weave that you created. Once the ends have been inserted into the weave, slide the weave up towards the bend that you created in the new wire until there's only ½ inch between the weave and the bend. With the remaining wire that's sticking out the bottom of the weave, you're going to feed that back into the weave. To do this, take a wire and bend it towards the opposite hole right where it's exiting the weave. Then bend it again at the opposite hole so that you can stick the remaining end into that opposite hole. This is going to tuck in those loose ends so that they're not poking out, and then that also secures the weave onto the overall pull. Repeat this process for any remaining loose ends.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine.
Once you've secured all those loose ends, it's time to try out the finished product.
First time in a long time, I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago. I move on each and every.
So it works perfectly. Stephen really likes the texture of the weave. It's both smooth and gives a gripping surface to easily zip the zipper up and down. You can see I've decided to model it as well. I might be stealing this jacket a little bit now too. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and are able to find it useful, or if not, just enjoyed watching it. If you'd like to see more of our work, please subscribe to our channel. And if you want to share with others. That will also ensure that you see more of our work too. And don't forget to like and comment. See you soon. Bye.
My head up high through the downs and lows, and we're all going like